like a house of cards, wind blow from caving in.
Do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under streams, but no one seems to hear a thing. Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 1st of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them falling down, ow, ow.
You don't have to feel like a waste of space. You're original, cannot be replaced.
If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes the rainbow.
Maybe your reasons why all the doors are closed,
So you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will blow, and when it's time you'll know. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 1st of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them falling down, ow, ow. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you, you.
and now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them falling down, ow, ow. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them falling down, ow, ow. 'Cause baby, you're a firework.
All right. You are a firework. I'm a firework. I'm in it today. Are you in it to win it today? Awesome. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto. Feeling good today. How is everyone today? Awesome. It is so great to have you here. I want to say welcome to every single one of you. I want to say welcome to everybody who's online with us today. I want to say welcome. Welcome to your life. Welcome to your life. Your life is the perfect thing being expressed right here in this very moment. Regardless of what circumstances are showing up in your life, you are the point at which you are creating your life. So today, what I stand for is that we step firmly into an extraordinary life. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I want to let you know some of the tools that we have here at the Center for stepping into an extraordinary life. One of them is class. We have 2 more weeks of the Essential Ernest Holmes class on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, so join us for that. You can also create an extraordinary life if you are a woman. by joining the women's group. The next women's group meeting is on May 21st, Tuesday, May 21st, right here at the center at 7 o'clock. One of the ways that we also create extraordinary lives is by helping other people. One of the ways we're helping other people is by participating in the yard sale for the cure on May 25th, which is a week from this coming Saturday. So 2 weeks from yesterday. Does that make sense?
Yep.
2 weeks from yesterday, a week from this coming Saturday, is the yard sale for the cure. We're going to be all set up with all of the wonderful things that you've donated, and we're still collecting things to sell. So if you have stuff that you would like to move out of your experience and allow it to move into somebody else's experience, supporting the cure for cancer and also supporting this center, please bring it on down. There is a sign-up sheet in the bookstore for anybody who can help out on the day of the event. We are going to need people who can help tag things, price things, and also sell and be just generally pleasant to anybody who shows up. So if you'd like to help out on the day of, please do sign up in the bookstore. Also, I think we've got possibly this taken care of, but if it does fall through, we are still looking for a truck. I don't know if it's been worked out yet, but we are looking for a truck to pick up some of the larger items that we would like to have delivered here to the center. What else? What else do I need to tell you about the yard sale for the cure? This is what I need to tell you about the yard sale for the cure. Sort of sad news. So we had, because I say we had a member of our community who did experience cancer. And unfortunately, and this is a lot, I don't know how many people know this, she actually did pass away in April. Jovette, if you knew Jovette, she passed away in April. And so we are going to dedicate this event in her memory. All right? Sorry. It touches me. She was in my first mental muscle here, and it's a sad thing to see her go. So we are going to dedicate this event in her memory, because she was quite a light in my life and a light to this center. All right, so there's that information. Tuesday, June 4th, I'm going to begin a 4-week workshop that is love offering, free, so it's free of charge. It's love offering basis, a workshop on prosperity. It'll be on Tuesdays, 4 consecutive Tuesdays. It'll be based on the 4 spiritual laws of prosperity by Edwene Gaines, since she unfortunately is not going to be able to join us on June 9th as we had planned. So I made this announcement last week. She actually broke her arm and her doctor has advised her not to travel. So we are going to work on booking her for the fall when she is fully healed, and we'll get her here. But in the meantime, why don't we take charge of our own prosperity consciousness, and we will do a workshop 4 weeks in the summer. So the 4 consecutive Tuesdays in June, starting June 4th, the 4 spiritual laws of prosperity. It's funny because I'm looking, it says the 4 spiritual laws of success, which is the book I taught last year. It's prosperity. So if you were looking for potentially storage space, we have space to rent to you. I'm going to put that out there if you want to talk to Helen about that. Since we've moved our offices up out of the basement, we have a lot of space down in the basement, and we're looking for anyone who wants to, help out with our costs by renting space from us. I'm going to put it right out there. We're looking for people to help us with our costs of the center by renting our own space out. I don't know. Talk to Helen about that. I'm sure it's negotiable, depending on what kind of space you need, and yeah, probably not going to let people store stuff that is either illegal or that or flammable. Yeah. Probably don't want to store flammable things down there. Also, we do still have bookstore gift certificates available in the bookstore if you want to help us fund our bookstore. Have you noticed? Things are starting to show up. Great offerings are showing up in our bookstore, and it's all because of you participating in helping fund our bookstore. So we do still have certificates on sale. We're going to be selling them through May 31st, and then that's it. No more certificates until we decide to sell more. Also, we are going to be repainting the entire sanctuary. This is one of the projects that is sort of in line with, beautifying the front and making that shift. We're now going to paint the entire sanctuary. This is the new color. I don't know if you've noticed, this wall has changed slightly over. This used to be white, yes. And this whole wall is actually, if you look at that color and you look at this color, that's the old color. This is the new color. Yeah, so it's a little bit brighter, and I think it's going to make us all feel a little more happier. So if you are interested in helping paint the sanctuary, there is a sign-up sheet for that. A date will be announced soon. as I'm sitting here thinking, I should just announce a date. No, I can't because I want to do it on a Saturday, but we've got some busyness on Saturday for the next 2 weeks. We'll work it out, I promise. All right. We do have opportunities for Seva. Seva, which is sacred service, the act of volunteering your time, talent, and treasure. Right now, we're looking for people who can volunteer their time, specifically for things like the youth program. Also, we're looking for people who might be willing to come in and help beautify the space by cleaning on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis. Here's the great news. If we get a whole bunch of people who help out with the cleaning, then it doesn't have to happen for any one person that frequently. So if you're interested in helping out with that, please talk to Margaret Ann, who is our volunteer coordinator. Do you want to talk about volunteering? I would love for you to talk about volunteering. I'm totally putting her on the spot. I admit it. But
you're being voluntold.
I'm going to voluntel her. Thank you for. Yeah. Oh, it is spiritual truth, regardless of when it's said, and you can still use it as spiritual truth when, yeah.
Hi. Good morning, yes.
Good morning.
Volunteering is a giving and receiving, and to receive is just as valuable as giving. And I have had people say to me that they come here to receive, and that means a lot to me. That means that that's one of the reasons why we're here. And it is a sacred event, a sacred trust. And I know that there are people who love to give, and that is also sacred. And the two of them together make up this center, the giving and the receiving, the loving. And if you feel to give, which would be wonderful, the more hands the merrier, the more hands the lighter the work, and the more we can make this a joyous, workable, working, giving, receiving center. And that's all I'm going to say for right now.
All right. It does. Yeah. Thank you, Margaret Ann. Yeah, one of the things Carmen just shouted out, thank you for saying that, is that the act of volunteering actually helps build community. And a lot of people do come here to look for community. So if you are interested in that aspect of it, please join us as a volunteer. And I say this, you know, here's the thing. I'm literally preaching to the choir, because as I look around, I'm like, wow, pretty much everybody here volunteers.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to join us, those of you who are online, ever in person and volunteer, Dad, I know that you're in California, but if you ever want to fly in just to clean the place.
Yeah. Do sound for a Sunday.
You could do sound for a Sunday. Yeah, I'd be happy to welcome you for whatever you wanted to do. Anyway, here we go. All right, also, if you're brand new to the center, if you're here for the first time, I want to say welcome to you and thank you for joining us. We do have an email newsletter that goes out every week, and sometimes really late on Friday. Went out really late this past week, just because I was in a new habit that I haven't quite embodied yet. We do also have spiritual mind treatment requests that come through. If you are interested in healing something in your life, you can fill out the request form in your box and put it into the spiritual mind treatment request box. Also, we have licensed spiritual practitioners here who are ready to know the truth anytime. If you'd like to partake of their services here on a Sunday, I will point them out to you. We have Mary Ellen, who is our practitioner of the day. We also have Margaret Ann and Helen, and they are happy to do prayer for you anytime, right, ladies? Yes, absolutely. So avail yourself of that. All right, everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. And let's step into, right now, let's just step into that sacred space, the sacred space within. Ask yourself this question right in this moment. Why am I here? Why am I here? And here, not just here in this Center for Spiritual Living, but here in the larger sense. Why am I here? What is my purpose? And how do I step into my purpose more fully, more deeply? What I stand for within my ministry is helping people find their purpose, live their passion. For when you recognize your purpose, you will pretty much always find that it is in line with your passion. So what is your passion in life? What is your passion in life? We celebrate here every Sunday this concept. We celebrate that there is only one power, there is only one creative energy in the universe, and it is part of who we are. It is part of what we are. It is how we express in life. And as we express in life, we come to a deeper embodiment of extraordinary living. And that's why I say that our mission statement at this center is creating extraordinary lives. That's what we're here to do. And we're here to express extraordinary lives. And as we express extraordinary lives, we step out into the community, and by our expression, people step up to us and say, wow, I want some of that. I want some of that. And so by living the example of extraordinary living, we spread extraordinary living throughout the world. Are you on board with me with that concept?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's start off our celebration today by reading the Declaration of Principles on the back of your songbook. And really take to heart what it is you're saying today. Really listen in. Really check in with yourself. What is it that I'm now stating to be true in my life? I believe in one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. You know, I know it's a mouthful, but this one line, this is the one that caught me today. Every week, one of them catches me. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. Think about what that means. Who you are is eternal. Who you are is immortal. Who you are is in a constant state of creative expansion. It never fails. And we're always, always stepping up and evolving into the next greatest expression of ourselves. So here, to take us a little bit further down this road of truth, I'm going to invite our practitioner of the day, Marielle and Cassie, up to offer. You're going to offer a reading. I'm sure I'm just going to be surprised at what she has to offer, because I love surprises. Please welcome Marielle and Cassie.
Well, I was going to say there's no accidents, but I'm happy that you like surprises, because I never know. Someone says, "What are you?" Oh, you know what you're going to talk about. Well, you know, that's really not up for me. But on page 216, it's no secret. Last time I was up here, a few weeks ago, I shared I had an addiction with Ernest Holmes. That probably wasn't the right word to say, addiction, but I am addicted to the philosophy and this practice. I live and breathe in it, and I'm alive and I'm on fire again today without my espresso. So I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you and those online and things like that. It's special, and when I'm done talking, you'll find out. I'm not leaving the men out, because there's a surprise that even came to me. So Ernest says in his wisdom that we're studying here, that he is presenting us with the simplicity of this all. And it really is simple. I'm not a sewer, and I know people sew, and they think it's easy. For me, that is not. That's a task and a chore that I don't sew buttons even. But in this respect, we should regain in our consciousness the spontaneity which we had as a child. The child who was in us before we learned to be so sophisticated. It's not dead. It's not even asleep. We have crowded so much experience, so much negation into our lives, that not he, but we have forgotten the celestial palace whence we came. Each of us should seek that beam of light within and follow it to the great light, the light that is in everything. We must acquiesce to it and surrender all that has made us unhappy, all that has isolated us from it. Only then can God fully pronounce himself through us and in us, and personalize himself as us. We must awaken ourselves and rediscover the lost paradise. Find within us that child who is not afraid of the universe in which he lived, who did not deny himself or herself or his God, and who had not listened to the dull, monotonous tune of condemnation. There is a place on the side of the mountain as we are all ascending where, having gone beyond the peaks that obstructed the light for us, our ascent reaches an apex where no longer any shadows are cast. This is the light that is spoken of. The lighteth every man's path, and you believe that you live. Believe that you are that light. As you believe in the possibility of your own soul, believe it is God. As you believe in God, believe in yourself. Now, I only found that sitting here this morning, so I'm saying that for my friend who thinks I don't. I am led. Not you. No, somebody else, though.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, I say, are you ready? Because for me, today's another one of those days. And it came to me earlier this week when I was having some visits with my friend Patrick. You know, motherhood versus parenthood. But this is really about gender busting. Because each and every one of us, what I woke up to this week, is I am rebirthing the sacred. And that means each and every one of you are rebirthing. You don't have to be, because I don't even identify. I am in spirit. And I am so blessed to know that. And I have a little saying about the spirit, but I am always transferred in this renewal of mind. My mind is this divine mind, and I allow it to be alive and well in me. So I am spirit, and so I took the letters, and I am soul, and I am power, and I thank you for that. You help me attain and notice I am power. There's no one else talking. The God. I is for intuition. The R is for being released. I am released in the spirit. And I for infinite. And the T is for the truth. So when I say I am spirit versus the God word, I am all of these in and being. Gratitude is a spiritual practice, and I make it my priority. And I don't usually stand up here and talk about my classes. I've been in many. I am an avid student, and I am God's disciple. I've been this way since I was 5 years old. However, I listen to many speakers, and so I like to say thank you, and I'm grateful for all of you. Every time I come up here on a Sunday and speak, whether I'm online, you don't hear me say that you're my sacred prayer partners. That's who you are. I'm not alone. Never, ever, ever. Joel Osteen said something the other day when I watched his talk, and yes, I watch a lot of people. And he starts off with humor. I'm not that funny. However, he says, when the past calls, let it go to voicemail. And I said I had to write that down. I had to back it up and write this one down. When the past calls, let it go to voicemail. It has nothing new to say. And I thought, oh God, I have to say this on Sunday when I'm coming, The other thing I'm most grateful for is mental muscle. And I have some people online, Sherry, where you are, and other people, and Fran, and lots of people. Gail isn't here, but this is my second time doing mental muscle. And I am erupting and evolving. And I say I'm in this birthing process. I'm not the same as I was yesterday. I'm not the same as I was when I drove in here from Hamilton today. But I am rebirthing sacred in every breath. Mental muscle isn't for the weak. You want to get in there, and I don't even know if I can say this word, because I have M&M, mental muscle. It is the mother of all courses. Some of you have taken it. Some of you, please join me next time, because I'm signed up for life. I took it in October. I'm taking it again. I've had, I think, a 3-month holiday from it. There is nothing that gets richer and richer in my life than discovering who I really am, this divine presence. And I say hallelujah, and God is good. All the time, thanks. I love that too. So we've inherited our opinions and ideas that we've adopted as our own. So I don't want that. And I'm choosing differently. There's different roads and paths and how we get to our happiness. I celebrate the love that when I'm here, of partnership and relationship. Tanis and Pierre and Wim and Terry, I just love. I greeted them this morning, and there's nothing more than love walking in the door, but being able to recognize this, because it's the love within. There's no separation. So when I look at Jonathan, there's the mirror, or Fran, or Lena, and Marge. It's all here. So, the last time I spoke about being in a spiritual exchange program. So, and that came out of, my shower in the morning on Sundays when I come. But today, I'm in the shower and saying, oh my God, I am the star. I've arrived. I'm the star of my life. And I don't know, but I just trust. And I say, please get the soap off, finish your hair, and get a pencil. Because I can't record, but I have to figure out how to do this in my shower. But it stayed. So I got the award, the best in my category. How do you think I felt this morning, naked as a jaybird out here? I was the best actress and the best performer. Woo! So I did not know. I was saying it comes, and I trust, and I believe. I was the best screenplay writer even. And I am. So my affirmations in all of this is that I am divine imagination in action. And I am the sacred presence of life. I am rebirthing the sacred with every breath I take. I appreciate your laughter and camaraderie, because it's like, these are the gifts of being. I have spiritual tools, but I use them. I garden. I went to get on the blog. I couldn't write. I was so moved. Mystical moment walking Maggie. This week is Patience Week. And I'm proud to say I'm doing really well. However, I wanted to write about it. I journaled. I went home and journaled. And that's why, even if I don't see you face to face online, you are my prayer partners. And you enrich my life, each and every one of you, for just your presence here. And you have helped me become who I am. And this knowingness that I practice, this mindfulness. So my affirmation is that I am the sacred presence of life. And I am rebirthing the sacred with every breath. So if you would join with me in saying that and taking those words for yourself. You can close your eyes if you like. Put your hand on your heart. Find that soft spot, the love that is within. Because this is the love. I am the sacred presence of life. I am rebirthing the sacred with every breath I take. And I say thank you to you, allowing me this time.
Yeah. There you go. It is. Thank you for your brilliance. Thank you for sharing your brilliance with each and every one of us. And thank you for asking us to do this next song. Am I on? I can't tell.
I'm waiting for you to pick one.
I see.
Choose wisely.
Carmen, I'm going to this one. Isn't it Patience Week? It is Patience Week, yes.
Yes.
And I am firmly, fully patient right in this moment. So, yeah, thank you. So Margaret Ann, no, not Margaret Ann. What am I talking about? Mary Ellen. You're Mary Ellen, right? You know, it's this ME and MA thing. It always. Mary Ellen requested that we do this particular song. It's the first time we've ever done it in this service, but I think this is one that we're going to add to the songbook. Just trying to figure out where that buzz is coming from. So just relax right into this. Just relax right into this moment. Relax right in your chair. Relax right where you are, wherever you are. Step into that sacred place of understanding that you are the point at which the creative is creating. And you're fully in charge of creation. Right here, right now. Step into that.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, get ready, get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done
everything I've ever been, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, get ready, get ready, my soul.
And here I am ready, right here and right now in this present moment. I am all that I am, and I am God, Spirit, this divine imagination, this infinite truth. There is no separation, none. I am in communion, and I am united on all levels. My thoughts are good thoughts, right thoughts, and my thinking is always constructive. And as I go in and dive into my own soul, my connectedness, my unconditional lover, I live and breathe. And I have my freedom in this truth. And I am a self-expression being realized in each and every moment. And as I look out and I see the face of God with everyone, with every animal, with every flower, with every blade of grass, I continue to embrace this deep love, this no separation, but only unity. I am never separate. I am never alone. And I dive within this spirit that lights me up like a firework, a crackerjacker, as the biggest surprise on earth. Here I am. And I am this aliveness. I am this vitality. I am this health. And I am wealth. And I take all of this and embrace this as my truth. And every day I'm deliciously surprised that something else appears for me as I watch the steam coming up off a road, that is God in action. And as I step deeper and deeper into my soul and into my faith, and I walk this truth, I know that I am in this present moment being this divine imagination in action. I know that it is in me and it is in all of you. The words I speak are my words, God's words, and they're acted upon. And I step into this 2 feet on the ground, raise my hands up, and I say yes, even when I do not know. That's when I trust the most. I say, fear, get behind me. You don't exist in my life, because I stand in the truth. And I recollect myself into these teachings, into this life and the love, and into the law, this universal law that works not for me, but for each and every one of us. And it is with an open and a most grateful heart that I step into this grace and I say, yes, yes. And it is allowing and accepting as who I am, that is. I relax and I let go and I release and I surrender myself into this magnificence, this glory, this beloved light. And I say, I am this light. I release and I let go my word into this law, into this universal mind, knowing my word is spoken, it is done, it is acted upon, and I get out of the way. And I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Well, quite frankly, I feel like we could all just go home now. You don't need me. That was awesome. That was awesome. And this is the experience. This is the experience of the creative source of all life, the creative nature of the divine, having its way right here in this moment. I'm so grateful to you and what you bring to this congregation. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I'm also grateful to these guys who are about to step us even further in with this beautiful, beautiful song. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, it's all good, right? Is it all good?
It's all good.
Do you feel like it's all good? It is all good. God is good all the time. All right, so let's take it away with the Queen Street Band.
1, 2, 3. Are you gonna spend some more of your time? Are you gonna smell the roses on the vine? Life can seem so hard when you lose sight of who you really are. Days go by like a blur. You start to examine your self-worth. Do you dream a lot, but the highlight of your day is to punch the clock? Yeah. Does it sound like you? If it does, then you know what you might want to do. Start working on making your dreams come true. Right here, right now, the choice is up to you. This is a little wake-up call to help you through it all. And everything you need is already here. You just gotta let it go and release your fear. Come on! 'Cause it is all good. It is all good. It's all good. It's all good. It is all good. It is all good. It's all good. It's all good. So when you start to live your life like that, there ain't no way that you're gonna turn back. It'll be clear to say life is better when you're happy and free. Oh, so free. Come on now. It is all good. It is all good. It's all good. It's all good. It is all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Stephen Bolero on guitar. To have all of the answers. I'm just living my life day to day. Oh, but when I let myself live in the moment, well, it helps my spirit to find the way. It makes me want to say, hey, it is all good. It is all good. It's all good, it's all good. It is all good, it is all good. It's all good, it's all good. 'Cause it's all good, 'cause it's all good. It's all good, it's all good. It is all good, it is all good. It's all good. It's very good. It's so good. It's all good. Yeah.
Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band with a Pierre Gautreau original. Ah, it is all good. It is all good. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. So if God is good all the time, that means you are good all the time. And therefore, it is all good. It is all good. No matter what you are experiencing, it is all good. It is all good. But what it is contingent upon, here's the thing, is what do you bring to the party? What do you bring to the party? Because here's what can happen, you know, you get invited to a party. And you've all been invited to a divine party. Each and every one of you have been invited to a divine party, which you are all experiencing at all times throughout your life. You're all invited to the divine party. Here's my question to you. What do you bring into the party? And I'm not talking about it being a potluck. I'm talking about what do you bring in terms of you to the party? Are you going to be the wallflower? Is that what you bring to the party? And I'm not casting judgment. Just know where you are if that's where you choose to be. If that's what you choose to bring to the party, to be the wallflower. And just kind of watch everybody else's life going on. That's fine. But be aware of what you bring. If you choose to bring to the party that you are the life of the party, isn't that good too? Regardless of what it is, it's all good. But what do you bring? What do you bring? And how do you bring it? How do you bring it? This is the big question for me today. How do you bring what you have to bring to the party? And the truth is, you don't have to worry about the how. You just need to be aware that it shows up. Whatever you need to bring to the party shows up because it is fully orbed, it is fully embodied by you in this moment. How do you express it more? Do you want to express it more? And it all boils down to this idea, and this is really the focus of what I want to say today. How do you perceive life? How do you perceive life? Because what you perceive is what you become. Think about that. We all take in information in the world of form. We take it in this moment. How we perceive it, how we see it, how we understand it is what we then become. So how do you perceive life? What do you bring to the party? Ernest Holmes writes, if I actually read the quote that's sitting right in front of me, I was about to, paraphrase Ernest Holmes, and why the heck not? He'd probably be happy that I did that. He writes this, if a man believes himself to be a failure, that's what he brings to the party. If a man believes himself to be a failure and that it is useless for him to try to be anything else, think about the consciousness behind that idea. If a man believes himself to be a failure and that it is useless for him to try to be anything else, he carries with him the mental equivalent of failure. So, he succeeds in being a failure according to law. This is why it is so important to understand what you bring to the party. Because if you believe yourself to be a failure, that is what you are putting into a law of cause and effect, which is simply demonstrating it does not judge what you put into it. It just shows up as the thing itself, as the thing that you put into it consciously or subconsciously. So whatever you perceive, whatever decisions you make about what you perceive is what is activating the law of cause and effect and showing up in your experience. And I'm going to ask it again. What do you bring to the party? What do you bring to the party? You are the perceiver. Think about this too. You are the perceiver and the perception. You are the perceiver and that which is perceived. All wrapped up into one beautiful, beautiful, glorious package. As you perceive, the perception takes over too. And it is in a constant state of flow all the time. And it's all good. It's all good. God is good all the time. So, I hadn't mentioned it before now. Mary Ellen has mentioned it. But let's honor the fact that it is Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day. And I have a very lovely relationship with my mother. I have a very different perception of what mother means in my life because of my experience in life. And so this is what I bring to the party. My mother is not the woman who gave birth to me. Now, a lot of you may or may not know I was adopted. And I grew up with a mother who did not physically give birth to me. I have a very different perception of mother. And when I was growing up, fully open about the fact that I had a mother who was not my mother, I would get asked, well, don't you miss your mom? I would get asked that. Don't you miss having a mother? And I'm like, no, I don't, because I have a mother. Because what was going on is young people, when they understand how we're brought into this world, so let's be clear, this is after we've gotten the birds and the bees talk and they understand how we get here, they would think that there was something missing in my life because I never knew my birth mother. I have since met my birth mother, by the way. That's all details. But they would think that I was missing something because I didn't know my birth mother. And yet, here's the perception that I had. I never missed what I didn't know I was missing. I never missed it. I had a mother. In fact, I had many mothers. Now, there is one woman that I refer to as my mother. You will, if you're on Facebook, you'll see she wrote me a very lovely message yesterday because she received the 30 tulips that I sent to her for Mother's Day. She was very moved by it. You cannot miss that which you don't know is missing from your life. The truth is, if you make the right choice in your life, you can never miss anything. Because everything you require, everything you desire, everything that you need in your life is fully present right here, right now, as part of you. It is up to you to step into the creative nature of the universe to have it show up in your life. People would say to me, oh, you poor thing not having a mother. Really? Yeah, like, oh God. No, not you poor thing. Because here's the thing, that's not a helpful concept. It's not a helpful concept. And in fact, it then makes me, see, here's what happens. I can then, as a young, impressionable mind, I can then take it into my own consciousness that maybe I am missing something. And all of a sudden, what am I bringing to the party? The feeling of loss. The feeling that there is something missing from my life. And then what starts to show up? Demonstrations of things missing from my life. Do you see how it all works? The law does not care what you put into it. So what do you bring to the party? You know, people would it's basically, they think they're being sympathetic in that moment. And they're expressing, you know, their idea of what they think they might feel. See, there's the difference. They're expressing what they think they might feel and projecting it upon me, when in fact that has not been my experience at all. So that is how sympathy works. Oh, do I dare? Because this comes up in class. It's why I don't believe in sympathy. That sounds like a terrible thing to say, doesn't it? Because we're all taught to express sympathy but here's what is most important. Express compassion. Step away from sympathy, because sympathy drags us down into the hole of the person toward whom we are feeling sympathetic. And it is up to me, in my choice in life, to lift people up out of that hole. And that is done by way of compassion. What's the word? Unconditional. That's it. I was going to say undeveloped love, and I was like, that's not the right word. Unconditional love. That's compassion to me. That is a deeper understanding of what it is to live a life of love. So, no sympathy. You'll get no sympathy from me. You'll get compassion, though. Because compassion is stepping into the creative nature. It is stepping into that which is constructive in your life. If you step into sympathy, then you're stepping actually into something which can lead to destructive energy. There's only one energy. It's the way you're using it. Sympathy can be destructive. compassion is always, always, always constructive. Step into compassion. Now, the event that I was experiencing as a young person is this idea that, actually what we can call, Ernest Holmes has a specific phrase that he uses. He calls this idea unconscious, innocent malpractice. We practice a spiritual principle. We practice by means of using our conscious mind to create what we choose to create in life. People can, when they fall into sympathy, be engaging in unconscious, innocent malpractice. They didn't recognize in their own experience that what they were doing might have a detrimental effect on me, given the idea that I take it on in my own life, because I must be receptive to it for it to show up in my life. So if I break this down, this idea of unconscious, innocent malpractice, it is malpractice because it is an erroneous use of thought. That's what we refer to as malpractice. An erroneous use of thought. Now, we can malpractice ourselves by stepping into the erroneous use of our own thought, which is going to show up as detrimental or destructive effects in our life. That's malpractice. It is innocent because the truth is there was no intention of harm. Right? So I look at that and there's never any intention of harm, but be really acutely aware of how you perceive what is being said to you, because what they bring to the party does not have to be what you bring to the party. And it is actually an unconscious act, even though you'll know me, I always want to say subconscious, because I don't believe there's anything which is actually unconscious in the way that we describe consciousness. Consciousness is the energy of the universe. There is nothing that is unconscious because consciousness is infinite. There can be nothing that is not conscious. There is no unconscious energy. There is a subconscious that is at work in our own lives at all time. That's where 90% of what we're thinking happens. Now, the concept of psychology, there's the unconscious, and that is below the level of the conscious mind. So there's a phraseology thing there, right? I don't know why I'm even going into this. Who the heck cares? It is unconscious, innocent malpractice, or I will now say subconscious, innocent malpractice. And it's perfectly natural for people to want to feel like, oh, by engaging in this act of sympathy, I'm now protecting. Because that's the only reason that ever comes up as well. It is the idea that we are protecting. But at what cost do we step into this erroneous idea of protection? At what cost does that happen in mind? Because what happens is, as I step into this sympathetic place, I am now supporting the idea that there is something to be feared. There is something to be feared. What happens when you step into fear? Consciously, when you step consciously or subconsciously into fear, you're going to discover things in your life which are to be feared. You're going to make that decision about the things that show up in your life. You're going to approach them from the fear-based standpoint. That's why sympathy is a destructive consciousness. The opposite of fear, really, is love. Pure faith in love, that loving principle, that loving energy, which is the creative nature of the universe. And what is unconditional love? Compassion. Compassion. Step into compassion. We have nothing to fear. Except fear itself, right? We have nothing to fear. If you step into that consciousness right now, I bet every single one of you, and you don't have to raise your hands, but I bet every single one of you went to the place of, but there's this in my life to be feared. That's good. I'm glad. But a lot of us do that. It's like if I say we have nothing to fear, we will look for the excuses. And do you do that subconsciously? Is it your natural tendency to do that? So, the last several weeks I've been talking about the tendency of our thought, the tendency which is a habitual way of thinking. What is the tendency of your thought? For if that is your tendency, when it shows up, you become consciously aware of it, then it's time to do the work to stop it from happening, which is why there are people here who have taken the time to engage in their spiritual practice and to really embody a spiritual practice, who can say, when I say we have nothing to fear, they can say, no, we don't. That is my belief. There is nothing to fear. When we perceive fear, when we decide that fear is something and usually fear is about something out there, right? It's about what is out there that I must control out there. And if I can control it, then I don't have to be afraid of it. It's not about controlling what's out there. It's about stepping into the idea and into the embodiment of the idea that what needs to be addressed is what is happening in, not your brain, but in your mind. In your individual use of a universal mind. Because as you step into changing your mind about fear, it eliminates the fear. And what shows up is love. Always. And the truth is, here's another aspect of how it works. When we step into the consciousness of fear, it's not necessarily that the experiences that show up are experiences to be feared. We bring the perception of fear to those experiences. We decide that those experiences are to be feared. When if we approached it with the consciousness of love, we make a decision that that is to be loved and embraced. The experience is just the experience. What do you bring to the party? Love or fear? It's always tying back to that idea. What do you bring? What do you bring in your own perception to the things that are happening technically outside of yourself? A couple of weeks ago, I talked about fear in the world, that there's that there is an overwhelming collective conscious expression of fear in the world. Yeah, I mean, please just turn on the television at any time of day or night, and you will see fear being presented to you in a very deep way. And people are doing it subconsciously, or maybe consciously. Yeah, I do believe now. Do I dare go down this road? It's a little bit of a political statement. I do believe that there are people who purposefully engage in fear tactics to control other people. Right? We all experience it. Where do you fit on in that paradigm? What do you bring to the party? Because it is up to you whether or not you buy into the fear that other people are trying to push upon you. What do you bring to the party? That's why I am fully engaged in watching the news. I watch the news all the time. All the time. You know why? It's all good. All the time. Because that's what I bring to the party. I can see events happen. I can see the bombing in Boston. I can see the shooting in Newtown. I can see, because this is the one that always gets me, I can see the shooting in Tucson 2 years ago, where I grew up, which touched me very, very closely. And then it makes me think of, I was watching The Newsroom. I watched the entire series this weekend. And that was in episode 4. That was like the big thing that happens in episode 4. And I was absolutely brought to tears in that episode. But what do I bring to the party? What consciousness do I bring to the party? Do I look at those events and say, oh my gosh, there's something more to be feared here because that event happened? Or do I step into the place of healing, step into the place of love? So, depending on what you bring to the party, there's a lot to be feared in the world or a lot to be loved. Now, I'm not saying that I agree that those events should have happened. It's a horrific event. But what do you bring to the party? Do you bring healing consciousness to the party? Or do you bring to the party more to be feared? Right in this moment, surrender the fear. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. One of the other things that I think I talked about this in the service once, was the differences between the fear-based society that we have now, and if I talk about being a young person, I don't know why that, this means young person apparently to me. It works. Well, I was a little bit shorter. So I look at the way fear is playing out in our society now, and I also take a look at what was my life like. Oh, this is why I brought up a couple weeks ago, right? Because I was talking about when I was a kid, and there was that Halloween issue, and I learned to be fearful of the world, right? And that was something that I had to then rethink in my own life, because that's what I started bringing to the party. The world is something to be feared. But if I really look back on it, and I don't want to get into the nostalgia place, when I was 6 years old, about the time that this happened, what was the world really like in 1979? When I was 6 years old in 1979. Yes, I do remember the 70s. You don't, do you? Yeah, you weren't around then, were you? Yeah. No, you know what, actually, here's something. Here's a perception. How many of you fear age? You don't have to, yeah, I mean, so what's that? Certain years you do. Well, I'll tell you, when I stepped into 40, which I just stepped into in January, I stepped into 40, and I won't say that there wasn't a moment of, oh my God, I'm 40. I know, and that's the truth. Because it's all perception. Did you hear what she just said? You're young. It's all perception. What do I bring to the party in my own perception of my age? What do you bring to the party in your perception of your own age? Anyway, so I was going to talk a little bit about 1979. We have, since 1979, we've incorporated ideas which we now accept as perfectly normal, which to people in the 1970s would have said were horrifically oppressive. When I was 6 years old, it was perfectly normal for me to go out and play outside without the supervision of an adult for hours until dark, and I would go, I was probably still within a square mile of my home, but I would go and I would just wander through the neighborhood and play. Can you imagine in our current society any parent letting a 6-year-old do that? Not a chance. But this is all based on perception. What have we taken in? Why do we now have this perception? Are we looking at the world of effects? We're looking at the world of circumstances and things that happen in the world and deciding that, oh my gosh, now I must pull back and protect. And this was also prompted by something that I read. I actually didn't read it. I will admit I didn't read it, but I breezed through it. I skimmed through it. There's a report that came out recently that said it's actually very detrimental the way we're protecting our children. It is causing great harm to our society as a whole. Because it's scare tactics. We are teaching fear to young people. And what do you think that's going to translate as they take that on as their embodiment? As they take it on as the embodiment of the way their lives must progress, they're going to then engage in more acts of fear. Now, I don't know how many of you have kids, and it doesn't matter, because we are all mother to the creation of our experience. So regardless of whether you have children or not, what do you bring to the party? Because everything that shows up in your life is your child. And you have attributed a specific consciousness to what shows up. You are the mother to your own mind. Treat your mind with care. Tell your mind that there is nothing to fear. Engage in this principle of love and constructive creative energy, which is all that's ever going on. Nurture your mind in the same way that you would nurture a child, not out of fear, but out of love. Teach your mind love. Do not teach your mind fear. Because everything that shows up is simply started in mind. But it's what you bring to the party. It's what you bring to the party. Because no matter what, every perception of a thorn has a rose. And that's why the talk today is every thorn has a rose. What do you bring to the party? Can you step into that perception and really accept that perception as the truth? Truth with a capital T, the truth of your life. Because if you accept it as the truth of your life, the facts show up in exact accordance, because that's the way the law works. If a man believes himself to be a success, and that it is useless for him to try to be anything else, he carries with him the mental equivalent of success. So he succeeds in being a success according to the law. Reframe your thinking, reframe your life. That's the message of the day. Namaste. Ha ha ha. So we've come to that place where we consciously give back. And you know, there's an interesting, I'm really grateful to Margaret Ann for having talked about the consciousness of giving of your time and the consciousness of what giving really means, and that it is a reciprocal action. As you give, so you receive. But as you receive, so you give. The truth is, if you withhold in any aspect of giving or receiving, the effect is only in you. So I invite you to give, to hold what it is you have to give today close to your heart. If you have one hand, you can then use your other hand to read with me the divine givingness statement on the back of your songbook. I also want to invite anyone who is watching us online, just as a reminder that you can participate in the act of giving and receiving too, which I do believe is a sacred spiritual practice. You can donate online by clicking on the donate button at the bottom of your page. Just note that it's going to take you to another page, and you can, it'll take you to another page, and then the video feed will be gone. You'll have to come back. That's really helpful, isn't it? So hold what it is you have to offer today to the center. Hold it close to your heart, and let's read together this statement of divine givingness. I know that God is the source of all supply, and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. So if you want to turn to page 32, you can stand up, and as the baskets go around, we're going to sing Infinite Love.
1, 2.
Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite joy flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Help me to be all I can be.
Let's go back to love.
Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Help me to be all I can be.
All right. I'll invite Mary Ellen to do a blessing over our offering.
As I relax in this moment and feel that presence of spirit, the presence of love, and the presence of the gifts that are in the basket, the gifts of your oneness and yourself giving. And as we give, we open ourselves to absolutely receive. And I know that these gifts, not only of our treasure, but the talent and the time that is given from the people who are here volunteering, who are on the board, and who will use this money and direct it using God's wisdom, the absolute director of my life and their lives. And we take this out into the community as we continue to raise ourselves, our consciousness, and to build this community, to this wonderful community of love and oneness, and recognizing that we are all in this. There's no separation. And when I can stand and everyone can look in our eyes and see the face of God, and I take this out onto the street, out onto Queen Street, out onto Lang, out on, the Danforth, wherever I am, I know that joy is and love is, and that's this gift. I'm diving into my soul, I'm diving into these baskets, and I let it go, knowing that this money is God in action. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone who made today's service possible, Helen and Margaret Ann for setting up. Whitman Terry, who are our greeters today. And Margaret Ann is in the bookstore. Practitioner of the Day. Brilliance of Mary Ellen Cassie. Thank you so much. I want to thank our board members, Susan and Judy. And I want to thank Carmen on sound. I want to thank Hailu on camera. I want to thank Mahala and Heather, who are down with the dynamic kids today. Indeed. I want to thank Linda Visosky for her beautiful contribution of flowers that we get to all enjoy today. And they are in honor of Mother's Day. I'm making a change. You hate when I do this. Let's do Get Ready My Soul, sing it straight through, no break. That's how we're going to end the service today. Then I guess we can do the, not end, but yeah. You know what? I just feel like this is the way to end it today. So we're going to scrap the last Get Up and Dance song. I really want to end with this consciousness of stepping into our power and stepping into the understanding that this is what we bring to the party at all times. So I invite you to simply relax right where you are. Just relax right where you are.
A, repeating twice?
No, just once.
Just once.
Yeah, straight through. As we talk about music.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to go straight through. We're going to do the first ending, and we're going to then back to A, then do the second ending to the end.
Treatment?
No treatment.
Okay.
We're just going to sing it through.
Thank you for indulging us.
This is treatment.
Okay.
Step into that place of understanding who and what you are right this moment. Step into that. Step into that place of understanding. Step into that place of knowing. You are the divine. This is what you bring to the party, right here and right now.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment here in a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Dive into that. Have a great week, everyone.